Here are the 14 books I read in the month of July. Hi, my name is Talia and welcome back to my channel. So you're probably seeing this video on August 12th. So yeah, I am dead ass wrong for giving you my July reading wrap up this late in the month. If you've been following me for, a while, you know that my reading wrap ups really go up at the beginning of the next month. But baby, we've been busy. There's been a backlog of content and I just haven't gotten around to sitting in front of the camera like this. So please forgive me. Hopefully you can still find this video useful as it relates to your TBR. Book titles, authors, and how I read these books are listed in the caption. And for the book facts, 9 of the 14 books were audiobooks, 2 of the books were novellas or novelettes, and 3 of the books were not romance. First book is Loved by You by Alexandria LeChelle. This is book 1 in the Double Back series. So Alexandria LeChelle is a new author. She's also a new to me author. And I feel like I've been seeing her videos like on various platforms. And I finally decided to, dive in when the audiobook became available. Right? Midnight Michael is the male narrator. Y'all know how I feel about Midnight Michael. Love him down. So it was a really enjoyable listen. If anything, I think the timing of me reading this book was kind of uncanny because I had just returned from New Orleans like the weekend prior. And this book is set in New Orleans, the flashback, and then in present day Houston. This is a second chance romance. We're following college sweethearts. Lots of stuff happens. They reconnect years later in Houston. I really enjoyed this story. And I think the sequel, book 2 in the series, or the official second book, because I think there's a prequel of the FMC's parents already out, but the next book with 2 of the other characters we're introduced to in the story, I want to say it's coming out any day now. Next book is The Cyclones All-Star Weekend by Alexandria House. So this book, you'll never read it. You'll never read it. You know why? Because this novella, this collection of short stories, this mixtape, as Alexandria House likes to call them, was an exclusive to the House Party. For those who don't know, the House Party is Alexandria House's biennial, so every other year, literary experience. This year's was in Charlotte. I had a wonderful time. There is no event like the House Party. It is uniquely its own. I haven't seen anything like this in the literary space. Baby, save your monies because the next House Party is in 2027 in Las Vegas. Anyways, this mixtape is a collection of short eroticas following our favorite characters in the St. Louis Cyclones universe, because the House Party this year, that was the theme. So we're following, Polo and Dravion and Armand and even Leland McLean. We're first introduced to him in the McLean Brothers series. And each erotica follows a different couple in the universe. So you've already been introduced to them if you're familiar with Alexandria House's catalog. And what I love about her mixtapes is that you don't know who it's about until the end of the track. I love this. But yeah, you're not going to be able to read this because you didn't go to the House Party. Next book is Gangsta Loving, a Ganton Hills novella by Aubreé Pynn. Aubreé and her Pynn. This is I don't want to say enemies to lovers, right? Because the beef between our FMC and our MMC predates them. They're the children of rival gang leaders. The main trope in this story is kidnapping. And baby, it's a nice kidnapping. It's a nice kidnapping. And in the midst of the kidnapping, these two fall in love. Next book is Broken Clocks by Danielle Allen. So I'm trying to get through Danielle Allen's independent catalog. Yes, we know her for Curvy Girl Summer and Plus Size Playa and Big Girl Blitz, which comes out next spring. But Danielle Allen had published 50 indie titles before she even started publishing traditionally. So I'm trying to get through her catalog, and everyone talks about Broken Clocks. So when I shared online that I'm going to start reading Broken Clocks, everybody was like, sister, Sister, keep your tissues nearby. You're going to be a wreck. Good luck to you. I'm praying for you, sister. And I'm like, what did Danielle Allen do in this book? This book is an emotional read. And yeah, it really has you thinking, like, what does a happily ever after look like? All of these things that are happening, what is the idea of happily ever after anyway? Next book is A Man of Few Words by Connie Easton. This is book 2 in the Brown Brothers series. So I read Man of the Year last year. Yeah, last year. And Man of Few Words came out pretty soon after. But I'm like, you know what? There's so many books to read. Let's just, put a pin in it. Revisiting this book, I'm like, oh, there's now an audiobook. So I got the audiobook. Okay. The quickest way for me to read a book, to prioritize a book, is if there's an audiobook available, because baby, we're busy. And we also prefer audiobooks, right? Physical reading, ebook reading, it just takes time, and you need to have the time. This follows Nico. This follows the brother. Is it Nico or Nicholas? I forgot. Anyways, stalking trope. Our couple literally stalk each other for a year. Is there pregnancy? Every book has pregnancy. The details are escaping me. But this follows the other brother. Next book is Rome, the Ballerina by Gray Huffington. This is book 5 in the Gray List series. Rome is the baby of the family. You already know this. She is a dancer. I really enjoyed this story. I really, really did. I love the Gray List. Do I think this is outranking Roulette and Rather for me? No, but I really enjoyed this. So in typical Gray List fashion, one of the sisters is finally returning to real life right after having to escape to flee the country. She meets her match. The prologue, y'all know the Gray List prologues be like 25-30% of the book. The prologue is so good. I don't know why y'all complaining about the prologues for the Gray Huffington books. I don't know why y'all complaining though. It's still a part of the story. You still got to read it. It is wonderful. Next 3 books are in the season 3 Delgato series by Jahquel J, Capri 1, Capri 1.5, and Capri 2. All of these audiobooks are now available exclusively on Audible. If anything, on the day I'm recording, book 2.5 comes out. So that will be a part of my August TBR. We're finally at Capri and Quamir, right? And we get a little taste of their love story in the Capadonna books. But yeah, Mir and Capri finally get their story. And it's beautiful. I like Quamir. It's still Capadonna for me. It's still Capadonna for me, but I really like Quamir. I'm wondering if the way y'all talk about Qasim will actually live up to the hype, because I really like Quamir. Next book is The Filth Kings by authoress Masterpiece. This is book 1 in the series of the same title. So I heard about this book earlier this year or late last year. I heard about this. This is a dark romance. The audiobook finally came out in July, and I'm like, let me listen. This is like multiple POVs, so like more than 2, and it's following more than one couple. These men are cold-hearted and cold-blooded, and they're evil and they're mean and they're, and you know how these romances go. The FMC comes into their life, shakes up their world, all of that. So yeah, this book was interesting. It's a dark romance. It's definitely spicy. It's typical Masterpiece. If you know, you know. Last romance book is Body Count. This is book 1. I don't know what the name of the series is, but this is book 1 in the series by Nitra Antoinette. This is my first read by Nitra Antoinette. And the book girlies are talking about this. All the book girlies are talking about Body Count. If anything, the next book in the series, Body Language, the cover reveal was this week. This book follows our FMC. She is a teacher by day, but by night, she's a blogger. She blogs her sexcapades. She is the Yelp of casual relations. Right? So she meets these guys, she dates them. After she sleeps with them, straight to the blog. It's time for a penis report. And her approach to dating is definitely rooted in her trauma from her childhood, from her early adulthood. And she meets our MMC. We ain't doing no more penis reports after this one. Okay, nobody is coming after this man. And this book takes a pretty good plot twist. I was like, what? I was like, what, sir? You've been doing what? On to the non-romance. Next book is Devil of the Deep by Valencia Jean-Francois. The traditional release of this book is out in April of 2026. Girl, you read this book like 8-9 months early? Yes. Because yours truly was asked to blurb the book. For those who don't know what a blurb is, you know when you pick up like a physical book and you see like a little quote from like another author, like there might be one on the front and then like several on the back. Baby, the people wanted a blurb from me. And I'm truly honored. Shout out to Michael LeBourne of Left Unread Books. That is an imprint under Bindery, which is a company that is setting out to disrupt traditional publishing. Anyways, Valencia Jean-Francois, this is her debut. Originally released it independently last year. I guess Michael got a wind of it and he's like, listen, I want to publish this traditionally. So the book went to unpublished and now it's going to re-release next year in a traditional sense. But this book is wonderful. It is a deep fantasy. It's Haitian, it's queer, it's Caribbean, it's magical. This is a great commentary on religion, on nationalism, all the things that ill our society today. Great commentary on those things. I'm just really proud of a Haitian woman writing such a good fantasy book, right? Fantasy definitely has a race problem, so it is great to see a Black fantasy in the space. Next book is Ringshout by P. Jelly Clark. This was wonderful. This is a book I had rolled over for several months. This book kind of re-entered consciousness after Sinners. Everyone talks about you have to read Ringshout as a part of like the Sinner syllabus. If you want more Sinners, here are all these books that fit the bill, baby. I wouldn't be surprised if Ryan Coogler and the people behind Sinners did not read this book as they were writing and making this movie. Right? There's a lot of parallels between Ringshout and Sinners. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a part of the research, the recon, the inspiration. This follows, how do you describe them? So there are these beings called Kluxes. So not Ku Klux Klan, like members, humans. Kluxes. Right? They're not human, but they're called Kluxes. But they're deployed by Ku Klux Klan. Baby, this follows the hunters of the Kluxes. This reads like a movie. I listened to the audiobook. This is a movie. It is a movie for your ears. It is so good. It's like 6 hours listening time, so it's not long at all. If you enjoyed Sinners, get on this. And then the last book is When We Talk to God, Prayers and Poems for Black Women by Sharifa Stevens. So I've talked about this book before. I've shown this book before. I've owned this book since the spring. The publisher sent me the book unbeknownst to me. And I'm like, ooh. And it's a book I've been leaning on heavily lately, or all year, it seems. And I finally got the chance to interview Sharifa Stevens last month. So if you go to my Instagram and you scroll back to the end of July, you can see my entire interview with Sharifa Stevens. She is lovely. She is a delight. She is so smart. If you love Unfit Christian, if you love Candace Marie Benbow, you will love Sharifa Stevens. And this book makes prayer and talking to God so approachable, so accessible, even for sinners, heathens, and wretches like me. Okay? And in preparation for the interview, I decided to read the entire book. So not just the prayers and the poems that apply to my life. I'm like, girl, you got to read the whole book, even the prayers that don't that don't count or are not relevant. You got to read the whole book because you're about to interview her. So yeah, I read the rest of the prayers and poems, and yeah, this book is wonderful. Look, and this book makes a great gift. So yeah, those were the 14 books I read in July. Let me know what you read last month in the comments. And this week, the next video, my August TBR, you will see that in a couple of days. Bye.